Hey everybody, it's Brian Cole. Sorry it's been so long since I posted my last video, but since then I've actually started, it's January here in South Carolina, and I've actually started to grow indoors. It's something that I've learned over from Ray at the Praxis channel, and it's something that I've kind of been interested in, but this is my first attempt at doing some indoor growing. And so I wanted to just kind of show you what I've got here and my setup, and maybe show you some things that I've learned, and maybe some things that, if you're looking at getting into indoor gardening, some things you might want to think about. So first thing, all I did was I took a lawnmower box that I recently purchased a lawnmower, turned it upside down, so I put my plants on this because I wanted to raise them up a little bit, because you can see I've got a window sit right here. So what I do is during the day I'll actually pull the blinds up so I can get some window light in here, so my plants can get some of that sunlight. And then what I do at night is I shut the blinds and I'll turn my lights on. And you can see these lights are actually lights I got from Walmart, and they're work lights. They're just like silver metal work lights. I think they cost $6 a piece, and I've got some 100-watt equivalent CFL bulbs in each one, which is the maximum, the brightest lights that they sell at Walmart. I've actually learned that you probably can do with some brighter lights. That would be the best thing, but it's the best that they got there, and this is my first attempt, so I just wanted to see what I could do with what was available to me without ordering anything special. So I've got, like I said, I got 5 lights here, and I've actually got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different planters here growing. So now what I'd like to do is just bring you in a little bit closer and show you what I've got growing. Okay, so here what I have, first in this first planter here, these are actually green beans that I've planted, and I've got about 5 different green bean plants. I planted these probably about a month and a half ago, and they're doing pretty well. Let me see if I can zoom in on these, see if I can focus here. But I've actually got quite a few beans already on the plants, and all I've been doing as it flowers, I've just been touching the flowers. Whoops, there we go. Touching the flowers with my fingers to pollinate it, because that's the thing with indoor growing, is that there are no insects in here to pollinate your plants, so you have to actually pollinate yourself. So you do that by touching the flowers with your fingers, and just going through and doing that frequently. And so I probably got on these 5 plants, I probably got about 15 or 20 green beans so far, and it's going to continue to produce. They seem to be falling over some, but I'm not too worried about it because I don't really think the plants are going to be getting that much bigger. Next thing I have right here is this is a poinsettia that I bought at Christmas time, and this is another tip I learned over from Ray at the Praxis channel, is that I cut off once Christmas ended. I actually took all the top red leaves and chopped them off, and so now this is going to promote new growth on the plant. And what my plans are is that I'm going to take this plant and continue to grow it for a year, and then that way next Christmas we have a nice big poinsettia that we can display, and it'll be really nice looking. Okay, so next thing I have over here in this first planter, I just recently planted some green onions, and just barely beginning to get a few sprouts coming out of this planter. And let me see here. Well, I don't know if you can see it, but I do have a few sprouts coming in. A few more days. There it is right there. And a few more days, hopefully I'll have some more stuff growing. But you can see I got one light shining on. I'll turn it off so we can see. But you got one light shining onto this planter. Next pot over here. This is a lettuce mix that I'm doing, and I'm really excited about this. The first batch of lettuce I tried to plant inside, I lost because the entire inside got moldy, and that's one of the main problems I've been having with indoor growing, is that there's been a lot of mold that has been popping up. And so what I've been doing to try and prevent that is really I'll water, and then I'll really make sure everything dries out before I water again, because I think the problem is when you keep the soil too moist, it promotes that mold growth. And so I've really been letting it dry out before watering again. Next pot over here, this is garlic. I planted 4 cloves of garlic. As you can see, 2 of them have sprouted. I'm still waiting on the other 2 to come up. Should hopefully be any day now. You know, I'm really excited about the garlic because we love garlic here at my house. Next thing I have, actually this is the last thing that I have. This is a pot of, I had the green onions in the other pot. These are actually pearl onions. Never grown pearl onions before. You know, I planted these about the same time I planted the green beans, about a month and a half or so ago. Haven't really done a whole lot so far, so I'm kind of looking forward to seeing how you know, what these are going to do. And actually, if you look up here at the very top of the screen right here, you could actually see some mold. That's mold right there. And what I've been doing is just going in every time I see some mold popping up. I've been just picking it out and throwing it in the garbage and getting it out of the house. So that's how I've been combating the mold when it has been popping up, and it really has been a problem, especially back over here to the green bean area. Where this poinsettia sits, because I've got some space issues. There's been a lot of mold growing underneath it, and so I've been picking this up, and you can actually see. Let me get in here. There's some mold growing in there right now that I'm going to have to scoop up and get rid of in the next couple of days or so. So, well, that pretty much does it for my indoor gardening. Things are going really well so far, and if you have any questions or anything about what I'm doing, about my setup, you know, I've tried to have a light. You know, I turned them all off for the video, but I've been having the lights. Like for instance, with this is the green or the pearl onions. Try and get one light straight over it as close as I can. I've actually got it set up on an instrument stand. I think it's like a guitar stand right there that I clipped it to, and so I could set it up as close as I can over the pearl onions. I have a light here that shines on my poinsettia and on my green beans, and then I normally clip another light on the other side here, and it shines on these other green beans. One light on my green onions, and then back over here to my garlic and lettuce. I usually clip a light right here, and it shines on the lettuce and on the garlic. So far it's been giving me good results. You know, if I need to have more lights or anything, I'll let you know. But so far it's actually been working really good. And if you have any questions or anything, just leave them in the comments, and I'll be happy to help you the best I can.